Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ariyantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ayaryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Uvajjayanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Savanam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dayanti Yoginam. Kamadam Moksadam Cheva Omkaraya Namo Namah. नमः समयसाराय स्वानुभूत्य चकासते चित्स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावान्तरच्छिदे अज्ञानतिमिरन्दानं ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः तीर्थङ्करो जगन्नाथजयवन्तवर्तो ओङ्कारनादजिननो जयवन्तवर्तो जिनना समो शरण सौ जयवंत वर्तो ने तीर्थचार जगमा जयवंत वर्तो नमो ए तीर्थनायक ने नमो ओंकार नाथ ने ओंकार संगर्यो तेने नमो ते श्री कुंद कुंद ने अहो उपकार जिन वरनो कुंद नो ध्वनि दिव्यनो जीन कुंद ध्वनियाप्य अहो ते गुरु काननो अहो भगवती मातनो ध्रुव अचलने अनुपम गति पामेल सर्वे सिद्धने बंदे कहूँ सुत केवल भाष आसमय प्राभृत अरे हूँ एक शुद्ध सदा अरूपी ज्ञान दर्शनमय खरे कई अन्य ते मारू जरी परमाणु मात्र नथी हरे जम नेत्र ते मज ज्ञान नथि कारक नथि वेदक अरे जाने जकर मोदय निरजरा बंदते मज मोक्ष ने ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम श्री सुधात्माने नमः जय जिनेन्द्र Today is October 24, 2018, Wednesday, and we are continuing our discussion on Samaysar. On Samaysar, we have finished the Kalash number 9, and today we are going to start Kalash number 10 for the Samaysar. So let me bring the slide and then we'll start talking about it. Slideshow. So Kalash number 10. As we said that Samaysar has total 415 stanza written by Acharya Kundkun Acharya Dev 2000 years back, and that too after going to Mahadev Kshetra and listening to the discourses of Simanda Swami, and then also talking to lots of Sutta Kevalis there. Then Kunkun Acharya Dev came back to Bharat Kshetra, and then he started writing. So Samaysar was one of the original scripture that he wrote down. This Samaysar has a 415 stanza, and after 1000 years back, that means around 10th century, Amritchandra Acharya Dev, he wrote down critiques on this Samaysar. In time to time, he inserted certain verses of his own, and they are called Kalash. Kalash is a pinnacle. Just like the temple is beautified by having the pinnacle on top, similarly, the whole Samaysar scripture is getting beautified by having this Kalash written by Amritchandra Acharya Dev. And there are 278 such kalashis are there. So time to time, in certain stanza, Acharya Amritchandra Acharya Dev thought of inserting certain kalash so that we as a listener gets clarified certain things. Kunkun Acharya Dev wrote down simply 2 lines, each stanza 2 lines. But then there are deep hidden meanings were there, and to get the bottom of those hidden meaning, sometimes some places Acharya Amritchandra Acharya they wrote down this Kalash, and so such Kalash number 10th, we are going to go through it right now. So between the 13th stanza and 14th stanza, there are 8, 9, and 10. So this is 10th Kalash coming. So having giving the prelude about that, let's see what is this Kalash about. આગળ શુદ્ધનયનો ઉદય થાય છે તેની સૂચનારૂપ શ્લોક કહે છે. In the next stanza, means stanza 14, the pure point of view is getting generated, and this Kalash gives prelude to it. So this Kalash is kind of telling us what we are going to go through in the stanza 14. Stanza 14, 15, and 16 are very, very deep stanzas. In 14th stanza, it is being said from the Samyak Gyan perspective, from right knowledge perspective. That is a 14th stanza about the eternal soul substance. Stanza 15 is from the faith perspective, from the right faith perspective about the eternal soul substance. And stanza 16 is right knowledge, right conduct, right faith, all three perspective. So those are the three stanzas coming one at a time, and they are mainly elaborates about the eternal soul substance, because that is our final aim, that is our microscopic aim, that is our narrowest aim, that we have to focus on it. So Acharya Bhagwan gives from different perspective, he tells us what this eternal soul substance is about. And knowing that one, then it becomes easier for me. If I know one reality from different perspective, then I can understand that reality that much easily, because I have a very limited time available as a human being, and within that limited time, I have to shoot at the center of the problem. And to do that, I got to know exactly who am I, what's my aim, what do I have to do, how much energy do I put on all these things. So those kind of things, when I know it, then it becomes easier for me to aim what I want to do. Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami kept on saying that it's not important what you do right now, but it's extremely important you know yourself first. You know about yourself. Who are you? Who am I? What am I made up of? What is my structure? What is my function? And I got to gather that knowledge. Sometimes somebody will say, this is too much and I can't take it no more. Well, then Gurudev says, then get prepared for going through the transmigratory cycle, which we are doing it for time infinite in the past, and we keep on doing in the future also if we don't do all these things properly. So, one second. Stop share. Okay, sorry about that. Share. So we have done inauspicious inclination, we have gone through auspicious inclination, and we have done this one infinite time in the past. With auspicious inclination, one ends up going to the heaven as a fruition of the auspicious act will take you to the heaven. Inauspicious act will take you to hell, and the in between, like subhuman and human life, etc., etc. So we keep on going in this transmigratory cycle for time infinite in the past. If I want to continue that, Gurudev says, be my guest. But Gurudev also says, listen, you have intellect, You are 5 sense sentient human being. You are having tremendous amount of knowing capacity, and you put your heart into it, and you can win those things, you can understand those things, and you can make it. So he challenges us that go through your knowing capacity. You are an all-knower soul substance, and this is the best life you have it. 5 sense sentient being, and that too being a human being, and that too having interest in the Jain philosophy, that too by coming day in and day out, by listening to this one, by reciting that one, by contemplating on that one, we are that much nearer to get a samyak darshan, etc. So Gurudev says, don't get discouraged. You have your personal effort, and your personal effort is there, and you are going to make it. Ruchi Anuyayi Virya. If you have the liking for the subject, then your personal effort will be directed in that situation. So look for it, go for it, don't get frustrated, have patience. Because since time infinite, I'm doing the inauspicious and auspicious act and everything, and it has kind of become second nature for me. So to erase those kind of things, it will take time. Mahavir Swami also, it took 12 and a half years of a deep, deep meditation for him to go from a monkhood state, from 6th and 7th spiritual development stage to 13th spiritual stage. It took 12 and a half years for Mahavir Swami, who was going to be Tirthankar from his birth. So for us mundane soul, it may take some time, not to worry about it. Keep working, keep working, keep working in the positive direction. Keep reading, keep reading, keep reading, keep questioning, keep improving your knowledge. And that's what Gurudev hits very hard. He says, you can make it. He tells us that I am the Bhagwan. Gurudev, are you telling me I am the Bhagwan? Yes, he says, I am the Bhagwan. Means he tells me, that I am the Bhagwan. Means we all are Bhagwan. We all are pure soul. We just have to go within and try to find it out. And so these are the things, how can I reach there? So that's what it's coming now. So pure point of view is very important for experiencing the soul. So this stanza is a prelude to the 14th stanza that we'll be going through. Atma Swabhavam Parabhava Bhinna Ma Purna Madhyanta Vimuktamekam Vilina Sankalpa Vikalpa Jalam Prakasayana Suddhanayo Bhyudeti. This is in Sanskrit. And so let's see next one, what it says. Can I take one phone quickly? I'll take one quick phone call. Yes, Michael. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks, man. Sorry. Okay. So what it says, Slokarth, this is the meaning of this slok that we saw it. It says, Suddhanayaha Atma Swabhavam Prakashanin Abhyudyati. Suddhanay Atmana Swabhavane Pragat Karto Uday Thai. Means the pure point of view right now is getting manifested. તે આત્મ સ્વભાવને કેવો પ્રગટ કરે છે? પરદ્રવ્ય પરદ્રવ્યના ભાવો અને પરદ્રવ્યના નિમિત્તથી થતા પોતાના વિભાવો એવા પરભાવોની ભાવોથી ભિન્ન પ્રગટ કરે છે. Means this pure point of view is showing that it's different from the alien objects. Alien objects modifications, and also my rag and dvesh. It's different from there. And this pure point of view expresses the eternal pure nature of the soul, which has a capacity to know the universe and beyond. So this kind of a pure point of view is getting generated right now. And then he just tells one more thing: Sankalp Vikalpna Samuhati Vikalp Vilay. Excuse me. સંકલ્પ વિકલ્પના સમૂહથી વિલય થઈ ગયા છે. Means this pure point of view, when I'm looking at the eternal soul substance, then my sankalp and vikalp are gone, and that's a main crux of this stanza. So let's start one at a time, and what Gurudev tries to tell us, and he explains to us pure point of view. Again, now from now onwards, this previous Kalash number 9, this Kalash number 10, and stanza number 14, 15, and 16, pure point of view, pure point of view, pure point of view will be hammered a lot. So pure point of view, what is exactly pure point of view? So first thing it says that the soul substance with its innumerable space point. If we take as a soul substance, then there are innumerable space points, something like this. It's a pictorial way of showing that the innumerable space points are present in a soul substance. So, innumerable means asankhya. Space point of the universe also has an innumerable space point. And me as a soul also has innumerable space point. What's the difference between those two? Remember, space point of the cosmic space, upper world, middle world, lower world, all that situation of the cosmic space, universe. That universe has an innumerable space point, and soul also has innumerable space point, same amount as it is in a cosmic space. Right? How can it be possible? Well, it is possible. Why? Because soul has a certain characteristics are there, certain attributes are there, and one such attribute is called asankuchit vikashatva shakti, means contraction and expansion capacity of the space point of the soul. Contraction and expansion of the space points. So in a nigod cell, the lowest form of life. Remember, lowest form of life we described on a top of a needle. If you take a small piece of potato, that's a underground vegetables, and that has innumerable bodies, and each body has infinite amount of living beings there inside. So think about that extreme microscopic part. That has also innumerable space point. Elephant also has one soul, so it has innumerable space point. Us human also having a soul, having one space point. And the cosmic space, huge. Like all the cosmic space means whatever we see right now up in the sky, and all the sun system and sun system planets, and the Milky Way, and all those things that we see, all those things are having total innumerable space point. So substance with soul substance also has an innumerable space point. Having known that one, now what happens? What happens? That mode is not around soul substance. Let's say that I have an anger mode going on right now. I have anger, deceit, ego, greed type of mode going on right now. It's not surrounding the whole soul substance. That mode is not like this yellow thing that it encircles the whole space points of the soul. It's not. And we'll come back because each mode is encircling every space point actually. So that next slide will show that one, but let's finish this one. Each attribute and mode are present, represented in each space point. Each space point over here has attribute present and mode also present. So that means I have a knowledge attribute right now. That knowledge attribute is present in this space point and this space point and this all the space point. That knowledge attribute is spread through. Same as a faith attribute. It will be expressed in each and every space point. And so is a conduct attribute, so is a bliss attribute, so are all the infinite attributes. So infinite attribute will be represented in each and every space point. So each space point is extremely microscopic, very, very small, but then also everything is present there. What's the size of the space point, for example? Size of the space point is, if we take one cube of wood, for example, and we cut into two and further into two and keep on doing till we come to a point that piece cannot be divided further. That's the last piece remaining. Not the one we see in the naked eye and everything. Even this science atom that we are talking, it is also having an electron, proton, and quarks, and all kind of things present. So even microscope, further dividing that atom also. And the last point comes in which we cannot divide again. That is called one space point. So those kind of space points are this space point, innumerable space point that we have it. And each and every infinite attributes are represented in each space point over here. And at the same time, my mode, when I'm angry, for example, then that anger is represented in each and every space point of the soul. In a gross example of anger, let's take that one. I am super angry right now. What will happen? My head starts perspiring. My eyes become red. Water starts coming out from the eyes. My nose starts running. My tongue starts shivering. My hands are shaking. My legs are shaking. My heartbeat is going fast. My blood pressure is going far up and everything. So whole body is showing changes. Similarly, that whole body represents the whole soul also. So each and every space point will have that anger mode represented. So that's what happens. Each and every attribute is there and each and every mode is present. So imagine that this little small space point, how many things are present in that one? You can say, how can it be possible? How can it be possible that infinite attributes are represented in each space point? Well, they take the example. And again, Acharya Bhagavan gives us example. He says that let's say in this room there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs are there. Let's say there are 5 different color bulbs are there. Then each and every area of this room will have all those 5 colored light represented in every smallest area of this room, every space point of this room. Let's say the 1,000,000 bulbs are on this ceiling over here. Those million bulbs will give the million lights of different colors, and each and every space point will have that color represented. Out of which, if you take the red bulb out, the red color will go out from each and every space point. If you take green out, green will go away, and so on and so forth. Similarly, each and every space point can have representation of an infinite attribute. Now, think about it that way, that each and every space point, every attribute is present. So if I go to this corner, or I go to this corner, or I go in the center, everywhere I can see this knowledge attribute present, or conduct attribute present, or faith attribute present, etc., etc., etc. Substantial continuity means dravya and transient mode are representing each and every space point. Now, this will take us to the mechanics of the mode. A given mode lasting for one samay, and what is that mode made up of? That one particular mode in a given time is having the origination, cessation, and constancy within. Origination, cessation, and constancy within. It originates, and then it disintegrates, and it remains constant. So the constancy is always there. So now, each and every of my mode, let's say 10 modes I have it. So first mode originates, disintegrates. Second mode originates, disintegrates. Third originates, disintegrates. In all these 10 modes, when they are originating and disintegrating in 10 samay, there is also constancy going on throughout all those 10 modes. So my modes are going on since time infinite in the past and will continue for time infinite in the future. And in those modes, origination, cessation modes, a constancy is going through all the time. So that's a structure of a given mode. So that substantial continuity means dravya, means constancy. Constancy is there, and transient mode is also present in each and every space point. Over here we say modes are present, so each attribute is present and modes are present, but that mode has also constancy present in each and every space point. So this is the basis we have to understand, that how the mode works, how is a pure point of view going to work, and that pure point of view explanation coming in the next slide. But if there is any question understanding this picture, that's all. Oh yeah, modes bring his attention to this dravya and pure point of view is okay. Now this mode has a continuity, substantial continuity also present, and also has a increase of attachment and aversion also present. So in each mode there is a substantial continuity present and rag dvesh also present. Both the things are present. Pure point of view takes the attention away from the rag dvesh and brings it to the the substantial continuity, and that is called pure point of view. So pure point of view is to understand. This is very, very important that we have this concept understood properly, because that's the one, because we are going so microscopic. But Gurudev says that if you don't understand, then you won't make it. I mean, I just got somebody's email, somebody's SMS today, and it says today is Sharad Purnima, and Sharad Purnima means the moon is a full moon is there, and so the full moon means Chandra. So now, because it's Chandra, so now sit down in that moonlight with your white clothes and with a white Naukarwali, bright rosary, and you recite Namokar mantra 108 times, and you can get Samyak Darshan. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what everybody gets led to. That now, I'll sit down in the moonlight and I will get a Samyak Darshan. Is something that cheap? You have to come over here to understand what Samyak Darshan is, what pure point of view is. So we don't want to get misled by all those wrong notions flying around. People give all kind of explanation, all kind of things to mislead, which I have done infinite times in the past. And so nothing has happened to me. Yeah, I can get auspiciousness, and so as a result of auspiciousness, I can go to the heavenly life. After heavenly life is over, more often than not, the soul ends up going to one sense life in the earth bodies. So this is what I have done since time infinite, and if I don't understand, I'll continue doing that one. If I want to do that, I'm my own guest. Acharya Bhagwan says, we are not going to push you, we are just showing you the pathway. So here we are understanding what is a pure point of view actually. Now, to again going to that one space point, let's come to that point. A given space point of the soul. Now we are taking one space point of the soul only. That given space point of the soul, that has two things. A space point having mode as well as substantial continuity present within. Infinite attributes are represented, and mode with its own substantial continuity is also present in this one space point. Now, that particular space point having mode, it can be attention to the self or alien attention. Means that substance, that space point has representation of two things. Rag Dvesh is also represented, and also substantial continuity is also represented. So both the things are there. So attention to I can give attention to the self, or I can have the alien attention to the Rag and Dvesh. So my pure point of view can do either of the work right now. Now, what am I doing right now? I have alien attention going on since time infinite. And instead of that alien attention going on since time infinite, now I bring that attention to the substantial continuity. That's a yellow circle. So when alien attention is now changed to substantial continuity, dravya, then pure point of view is generated in the mode. So this is what happens at the cellular, not cellular level, it's not a right word, but at the space point level in the soul. These are the actions occurring. And so now this is called the pure point of view. Alien attention is now changed to substantial continuity, then pure point of view is generated, and that pure point of view is the one ultimately brings samyak darshan to the soul, to the self. So these are the process we have to follow, and that pure point of view that Acharya Bhagwan is talking in this stanza for us. So he's explaining us what are these things over here. What is that a pure point of view is? So those are the things we do. Is there any question so far in this? Because these are the crux of the things and the whole thing that we have to learn. So any questions so far? Yes. Oh, okay. Any question? No? Okay. All right. Then we are just going to go further. Now that we know how the space, what is the space point of the soul, what is happening at the space point level, how is the pure point of view generated, and all those things. Now that we know it, let's come back to the space to the pure point of view. Pure point of view. This is Suddhanai. Eternal nature of the self in the potential form, Shakti Roop, means each and every living organism, whether it's a negod self or whether it's a heavenly soul or human being or subhuman or infernal soul, any transmigratory soul, they have the potential form present. Potentially, that soul is having eternal nature hidden within. When we have the gold coming out of the mine, that gold is in the form of a rock.
Okay.
One second. Okay, so the gold particle is present in that rock, or there's a dust that one gets from the mine, and that dust has a gold particle within. Gold particles are present there. If you pass through that dirt through the process of fire, then on one side the gold will come out, other side the dirt will come out, and the pure gold, now you are enjoying that one. So pure gold was present in the dirt mixture also, and now at your home with your purification, you have pure gold. So pure gold was always there. So it was there as a potential form. This eternal true nature of the self in me is in the potential form. It's hidden within. Because it's there, that's why I can get it. If it's not there, I can't get it. Now, pure point of view makes the faith towards it. The modal point, mode has a two situation. Either mode can be directed to the rag and dvesh, inclination of attachment and aversion, or it can be directed to the eternal soul substance. The faith attribute can be only two way. That's it. One to the rag and dvesh, or one to the pure, or to the eternal soul substance. So now this this mode, the faith mode, directs its attention to the eternal soul substance. When it does, then that faith expresses true nature. That means pragat karna, means it expresses true nature. Means the dirt was there and you passed through the fire procedure and you have obtained the pure gold. Same way, now my faith attribute was giving faith mode to the alien attachment, a per padarth, and now you brought it to the eternal soul substance, and now the one which was in a potential form is now in the express form. It is getting expressed. It is being manifested. It was hidden over here. It was hidden. That's why it can be expressed. It can be manifested. The thing which is not there within me, I can't get it. Why the other way around looking at it? I'm looking for happiness from worldly object. Something or somebody will make me happy. And that's a wrong notion we are living in. Because we are looking for happiness from the alien objects, and they have no happiness characteristics. This is a form, this is a matter substance. Can it give me happiness? Because by itself has no happiness characteristics. How can it give me happiness? So no, it's not possible. On the other side of the coin, let's say that you are a soul and you have a happiness attribute. Can I get happiness to me also or not? Well, even the other soul for me is a non-soul. Why? Because I as a soul has a working capacity within my soul substance, within my attribute, within my mode, and within my space points. Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. That is my limitation of my sphere of action. So your soul with your substance, area, attribute and modes, you have your own sphere of action. I have my own sphere of action. They both are entirely separate. So you as a soul also cannot make me happy. Vice versa, I cannot make you happy. Only the thing I can do is looking within my nature and within my soul substance and direct the attention there, and I can get happiness from there. And that way the innate state, innate form is manifested in my mode. So I am the reason and I am the cause and I am the effect for my own bliss and right faith and right knowledge and right conduct, etc. state. I am the cause and I am the effect. There is a one principle that we have gone through that before, that this principle needs to be reintroduced again, that cause and effect can only be found in one substance only. I am the soul, I want happiness, I have the happiness as a cause, I can get happiness in the terms of effect. So you can do the same thing, I can do the same thing, everybody can do the same thing. So this is the cause and effect only occurs in one substance. Aryan Bhagwan is a cause and my Samyak Darshan is effect. That is, according to Jain principle, is not true. Wait a second. You mean Aryan Bhagwan also is separate from me? Yes. Siddha Bhagwan is separate from me, Aryan Bhagwan is separate from me, Gurudev is separate from me, scriptures are separate from me. So I am the one with my own personal effort, directing to myself, I can get right faith. No other way one can get right faith. No other way one can get Samyak Darshan. Having said that, let's see again further. The pure point of view is generated. Now that we said the pure point of view is generated, what happens there? Pure point of view generated because eternal true nature of the self, that is me. I am the eternal true nature of the self. From substance perspective, I am eternal true nature of the self. Then its conviction and knowledge comes in the mode. This eternal true nature of the self, when it gets expressed in the mode, means its conviction and knowledge comes in the mode. Conviction means a faith. I have faith and the knowledge, both are expressed in my mode. Eternal self by itself does not come in the mode. Now, this principle will be again given again and again and again. Eternal soul substance is here, and there's a mode over here. The eternal soul substance get illuminated in the mode, just like that in the 6th and 7th stanza we saw it. Here is a peacock. And peacock illuminated in my mode. Peacock did not come in the mode. Peacock is over here. Peacock did not enter in my mode. Peacock did not do anything except that it is illuminated in my mode. I'm looking at my illumination in the mirror. And I see on my face there is a black dot. I would like to remove that dot. Can I keep on cleaning that mirror and my dot will go away? No, because in mirror is my illumination. I am not in the mirror. So if I want to take that black dot, I have to work on my cheek over here to remove that black dot. Similarly, illumination occurs into the mode about the eternal self. So eternal self does not come. Eternal self remains over here, and in the mode there is illumination of the eternal self occurs. In the mode, one ends up knowing full potential of the eternal self. So eternal self is over here, and in my mode, illumination occurred. And in the illumination, I end up knowing that, oh my God, this is the potential of my soul. This is what I am. This is my true nature. And when that knowledge occurs about true knowledge occurs about the self, then it is associated with the bliss. And so I experience a bliss, supersensuous bliss. So knowing of the soul and experiencing bliss both occur together. Somebody says, I have Samyak Darshan, but I don't have bliss, then it's wrong. Samyak Darshan and bliss are two sides of a coin. So that's a pure point of view. When it's generated, that's what it does. It illuminates the eternal self, and with that thing, there is a knowledge occurs, and the bliss occurs, and faith occurs, and conduct occurs of the eternal soul substance. So again, this is a pure point of view does. Now, pure point of view. What is pure point of view now? We said so much about pure point of view. Little bit more thing. What is little bit more thing over here? From affirmative perspective, what does pure point of view does to us? From affirmative, from positive perspective, what is the things it shows? It shows knowledge and conviction of the eternal soul substance is perceived in the mode. That is my affirmative aspect of pure point of view. Pure point of view means Shuddhanai. When it is directed to the eternal soul substance, then knowledge and conviction is felt in the mode. And that is the function of a pure point of view. That's an end result I'm expecting. And with that conviction and knowledge of the eternal soul substance in the mode, I also perceive the bliss, which is the associated with knowledge and conviction. When my knowledge is wrong knowledge and my faith is wrong faith, my faith is directed to the alien objects of the universe, and my knowledge is expressed to the alien objects of the universe, then the end result, fruition of that one will be perplexity, means misery. And on the other side of the coin, when that knowledge and conviction are directed to the eternal self, then the fruition of that one gives eternal, it gives a supersensuous bliss. So, right knowledge, right faith, right conduct gives me bliss, supersensuous bliss. Wrong knowledge, wrong conduct, wrong faith gives me perplexity or misery. Now, we have to decide that do I have the right faith right now? Well, if I don't have it, that means my faith is directed to the alien objects of the universe. That means, am I getting happiness or am I getting misery? And ultimately, it produces misery. How can you say I'm miserable right now when I'm sitting, I have my full stomach and I'm not thirsty, I'm healthy right now and I'm energetic and everything? How can I be unhappy? How can I be in misery state? Well, as long as you have not experienced your eternal soul substance, as long as you have not got right faith, as long as you have not got Samyak Darshan, you are in misery state. Okay, right now your toxic emotions are milder form. But They can go to the major form right now. I'm sitting quietly in all the things, and somebody just comes and bothers me or whatever, and my anger can flare up. So the diminishing of the toxic emotions, anger, deceit, ego, greed, does not mean that I have samyak darshan, because they are just transiently, they are milder in form, but then some wax and waning effect occurs, and no matter what, no anytime soon, they may go to the inauspicious activity pretty fast, pretty quick, with a without any moment's notice. So, affirmative perspective, knowledge, conviction of the eternal soul substance is perceived in the mode, and with that thing, the bliss is perceived. Now, from negative perspective, what does pure point of view is telling us? It says that this is separate from the alien attachment. Means this pure point of view is separate from the alien attachment. What is alien attachment? Per padarth na sathena sambandho. What are those per padarth sathena sambandho? Means without those things. So what are those things? Well, it says over here, alien object by itself. Alien objects mode means karma fruition, and the altered mode occurring in the soul due to karma fruition acting as instrumental cause. See, these are the three things not present in the pure point of view. Alien object by itself, alien objects mode means karma fruition, and altered mode occurring in the soul due to karma fruition acting as instrumental cause. There's alien objects in the universe. Everything that you think about, car, business, house, family, kids, spouses, etc., they are alien objects. Then alien objects is mode means there is also karma fruition occurring with me every moment. And when the karma fruition occurs, then I get joined in the karma fruition because I'm in the wrong fate state. And when I'm joining in the karma fruition, I have a inclination of attachment, inclination of aversion, means I have a rag and dvesh generated within me. So, per padarth, કર્મનો ઉદય અને કર્મના ઉદયના કારણે થતા પોતાના રાગ દ્વેષ, they are not part of the pure point of view. So pure point of view, affirmatively, knowledge and conviction are perceived, and negatively, I am away from the alien object. Alien objects are away from me. Karma fruition is not part of me, and as a result of karma fruition, when I do rag and dvesh, they are also not part of me. So that is a pure point of view. Because we are going to go to learn pure point of view in a 14th stanza, so it keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing to the point for explaining us a lot more thing about it. Okay, next. Now, eternal soul substance, that means knower of the self. Self is eternal in nature, and knower of the whole universe, and non-doer of the universe. So eternal soul substance that is perceived in the pure point of view, what are its characteristics? First thing, the eternal soul substance is eternal in nature. It's called knower of the self, means it is an all-knower soul substance. It has a capacity to know the self and capacity to know the whole entire universe. Swa par prakashak. Swa means knowing the self, and par means knowing the alien objects of the universe. So it's a eternal substance. It's a eternal in nature, knower of the self, knower of the whole universe, means swa prakashak, par prakashak, and at the same time is non-doer of the universe. Rishabdev Bhagwan, when he's sitting in the Samaysar and he's giving discourses, and his own grandchild Marichi, he was not able to follow the monk's conduct. So he comes out and he sits outside the Samaysar and he starts new kind of religion. Over here, Rishabdev Bhagwan is giving discourses for the real nature of the soul, and outside Marichi is talking something wrong thing. So Bharat has asked Rishabdev that is there anybody in this Samosaran that who could be a Tirthankar in the future? And Rishabdev says, yes, your own son Marichi. He will be the 24th Tirthankar. But right now he's on the total wrong path. Now, if Rishabdev knows about these things, about his grandchild who is on the wrong path, can he not go out and say, hey, come inside, you are doing the wrong thing, let me help you out? And no. That Mariji has to get so many different life and death cycle, and ultimately got a Samyak Darshan in the lion's life, and after 10th lives, then he became Mahavir, and that he got liberated. So Rishabdev, knowing all the things, but he is non-doer of any alien objects of the universe. I am non-doer of anything for anybody. This is right. This is good. Now I know this principle. So tomorrow somebody comes to me, he is in dire need of something which I have access with me. Let's say talk about money. Somebody is extreme poor, he needs to have money, comes to me, says, please help me out. Well, I'm the non-doers of the universe, so I don't have to share anything of mine to you. No, don't use those kind of principle in a negative perspective. If you have something that you can share with other people, you should do that. You must do it. You can't just say, no, I'm the non-doer of the universe. You cannot do that. So principles are to be used in a proper fashion. Principle cannot be molded according to my wish and will. So those are things we have to keep in mind. So that's the nature of the eternal soul substance. Now, so nature of the soul substance, what does it say? It has it has innate nature or parinamic bhav. Parinamic bhav. What is parinamic bhav? I think we have gone through those five types of. Hello. Yeah.
That's the Shuddha Dravyatik name, correct? It's parinamic bhav.
Yes. Parinamic bhav means a pure nature of the soul. Pure nature of the soul, innate nature of the soul, and that's a parinamic bhav. Means it is independent of everything around. So that's a parinamic bhav. Next thing, nature of the soul substance is eternal in nature. This soul substance is not yesterday or for tomorrow or for today. It's there forever in the past, will continue ever in the future. It's independent. If first one is independent and second is eternal, then it is not dependent on karmic fruition. Karmic fruition can do their own work and soul can do its own work. They have no relationship of any kind except for associative relationship. But karmic fruition cannot change me in any way. Karma are matter. They have no consciousness, and I am the conscious element. I have a capacity to become Siddha Bhagwan in the future. I have that much potential within me. And karma fruitions, they have no knowledge, they have no consciousness. They are simply dummy particles. So I have no dependency on them. So if anybody says, well, what can I do? I have lots of karma are in fruition, bad karma are in fruition. That's why my health is not good, my money is not good, my job, all this problem that I'm facing, I'm blaming it to karma. Don't you ever do that, because there is no dependency of me as an eternal conscious natured soul on a non-conscious matter particle. It is non-relativistic. It is having non-relativistic nature. Nirpeksha. Nirpeksha means this this nature, eternal soul substance is an eternal soul substance. The nature of the eternal soul substance, if we take the soul of the lowest form of life, Nigod, into the lab, and also take the soul of the Siddha Bhagwan into the lab and analyze, they both are exactly the same. There is no difference at all. They are non-relativistic in nature. They have no relationship with anybody else. They do their own functions, because structurally every soul is the same. And last thing, all knower soul substance means Gnayak Bhav. This nature of the soul substance is having all knower capacity, all knowing capacity. It has a self-knowing capacity, an alien knowing capacity, and that kind of nature of the soul is there. So it's a parinamic bhav, but parinamic bhav means it's all these things combined together. And that's what, when we say parinamic bhav, let's just go through all those remaining four bhav. Also, the inclination occurring due to fruition of karma, inclination of the soul occurring because of the total absence of karma, inclination of the soul occurring because of partial fruition, partial suppression of the karma, and inclination of the soul occurring because of suppression of the karma. Those are the modal aspect. They are dependent on the karmas present and or absent. But this parinamic bhav is independent, it's non-relativistic, it's eternal in nature, and there is no dependence in karma fruition at all. So those are the parinamic bhav's definition. Now, eternal nature of the self is complete and pure. Okay, we know that part very well now. In the modal state, some impurities and incompleteness is perceived. Remember, when a person is getting the Samyak Darshan, let's say we all are sitting right now and we get the Samyak Darshan right now. That means we have experiencing of the soul transiently. That means our wrong faith is gone. That means we are having right faith generated, but we still have some karma fruition present. Some of the karma, the apratyakani, pratyakani, sanjalan karma, and nine nokasha, they are still present within me. They are present within me. So some impurity and incompleteness is present. That occurs due to karmic fruition acting as instrumental cause. Means the Gnani Purush, the enlightened person, the monks and the householder with the enlightenment, they also have karma fruition occurring, and as a result, they can mildly join with those karma fruition, and they can be in the rag and dvesh situation. Bharat Maharaja had a kshaik samyaktva, but he's in the war. When he's in the war, he is binding karma, but inside he knows that this is not my true nature. I am just with my weaknesses, I'm joining with this karma fruition, and I end up doing this one. He has 96,000 wives, and so he stays with them, and that is also, he knows that it is his weakness that he is doing it. So some of the incompleteness, impurities are present. The actual impurity occurs due to self only. These impurities are my weakness that I'm joining in the karma fruition. So I'm aware of that situation. So that Samyakdarshi Jeev is aware of his weakness, and he knows he is the reason for his problem, not the karma fruition. In pure and complete state of the eternal self, the modal impurities are considered secondary in nature. One who has experienced the soul substance, one who has a samyak darshan occurred to him, then minor impurities are present, but then they are considered way secondary. Let's say that I think we gave this example other day, that I took $10,000 from Ankit, and I said, okay, I'll give you after 1 week or 2 weeks or God knows whatever. And month pass, and then I have not given. And then finally Ankit says, uncle, you got to give me that money back. So I said, I don't have it, but he insists. And so instead of $10,000, I have $9,999, and I give it to him. And what does he say? He says, okay, your debt is completely paid off. But I have not paid completely. I have given $1 less to you, but it's okay. So in big schema of the bigger thing, small little thing has no importance. So in a pure, complete state of the eternal self, minor modal impurities are considering way secondary, and they are not given importance that way. Now, the last, a couple of last slides are there. Sankalpa Vikalpa. The Acharya Bhagavan throws this the concept of Sankalpa and Vikalpa in this one. This is the Gujarati slide, and then there is a next slide coming, English slide. So if those who are interested in Gujarati slide, they can read that part, but then we'll go to the English slide thereafter. Okay. So Sankalpa and Vikalpa means pure point of view is without this Sankalp, without this Vikalp. What are those two things? They are the one that we have to understand, because they are not present in the pure point of view. So what? Yes.
Can you say that Utpad and Vyay are Vikalp and Drovya is Nirvikalp?
Yeah, okay. Utpad Vyay you can say Vikalp, but that too for if you could consider them as a divisional aspect, then you can say Vikalp, So it's a knowledge related Vikalp.
Yes.
But, because see, Vikalp is now that you raised that issue, Vikalp up to, let's bring this other slide, so that way we can, other people can also walk through the same thing. Vikalp means reflective thoughts. Vikalp means reflective thoughts, and Sankalp means sense of ownership on alien objects or resolution. But don't worry, this is the main thing that we are going to pay attention. Sense of ownership on the alien. This is mine. To say that one, it's called Sankalpa. Vikalpa means the reflective thoughts occurring within me. What about the nature of eternal soul? Whatever the nature of the matter substance, all those things, reflective thoughts to think about, they are called Vikalp. Vikalp are of two types, Ragatmak Vikalp and Gnanatmak Vikalp. And that's not the subject from this slide, but now that you raised quickly, we'll just go through it. Ragatmak Vikalp is the weakness of the conduct attribute, and Gnanatmak Vikalp is a weakness of the knowledge attribute. So when I have I'm doing rag and dvesh, I have liking and disliking, I have anger, deceit, ego, greed, likes, dislike, and ignorance. All those state, they are called Vikalp, Ragatmak Vikalp. And I'm simply sitting down and I say, I have a knowledge attribute. Knowledge attribute has a knowledge mode. That knowledge mode can be of 5 times. It could be sensory knowledge. It could be scriptural knowledge. It could be clairvoyance knowledge. It could be telepathy knowledge. It could be omniscience knowledge. So those division I'm thinking, they are called Gnanatmak Vikalp. So Vikalp could be 2 types. In general, we are talking reflective thoughts here. So as we said, that this Vikalp, that Ragatmak Gnanatmak Vikalp is not the topic for present discussion, but as question came, so we went through the digression. So now, coming over here, what is happening in the Sankalp and Vikalp? In the Sankalp, to imagine to have unity of self with material karma, means Dravya karma. Thought activity means Bhav karma, and quasi karma means no karma is known as Sankalp. Samaysar Kalash 10 means this is the present Kalash is saying that one. To imagine unity with the alien objects, or the alien object means what is closest to
Your
me.
uncle.
Yes.
I could be remembering this incorrectly, but I remember years ago when I heard, I could be wrong, but in one of Kanji Swami's readings of Samaysar, I believe, I'm not quite sure if it was his Vivechan or if it was an interpretation of the Tika, he said that Swa and Par nu ekatva, so in other words, the identification of unity of the Swa with Par,
Yes.
is asrav.
Uh-huh.
Now, I guess, can we then say that Sankalp is asrav?
Yeah, definitely it's astral, because now what is happening? I have unity with the material. See, first thing, unity with the alien objects. What's the alien objects closest to me? Even closer than the physical body is a material karma. So material karma are the alien objects which are extremely closely associated with me. I mean, physical body comes second, because when I die, my soul goes with the material karma with me. So my karma stays with me even after my death and going to the next life and everything. Physical body is left over here and goes somewhere, and new body is generated somewhere else. So over here, what's the closest alien objects is material karma. Now, because of material karma, I also do rag and dvesh. That's called bhav karma. And quasi karma means laughter and sorrow, disgust, and all those things. Those nine quasi karma. So they all those things, to have unity with them. Any unity with the alien objects, that means it's an inflow. That means it's called ashra. Means it is bringing new karma to you. So you can say it's the ashra also, yes. But over here, we are defining sankalp according to Kalash number Kalash 10. Sankalp means to have unity with these three guys: dravya karma, bhav karma, no karma. Ekta. Dravya karma, bhav karma, no karma ni ekta ne sankalp karo. Now, determinate differentiation found in the object of knowledge is felt the same way with division in the knowledge mode is known as vikalp. It's a very long, stretched out sentence. But basically, as we say, that I have a knowledge attribute, and knowledge attribute is a knowledge mode, and knowledge mode has a 5 subdivisions are there, and all those things, to think that way, to think that way, that is called vikalp. Means reflective thoughts about the knowledge, reflective thoughts in occurring in the knowledge. I have the faith attribute. Faith attribute gets directed to the alien object, then it's called the wrong faith. Faith attribute getting directed to the self, it's called right faith. That kind of thought process, that's called vikalp. So division in the knowledge because of division into the object. The mango is green, mango is sweet, mango is red, mango is orange, and all kind of thing to think about mango, that will be reflective thoughts, vikalp. Then to have ownership in family, kids, etc. type of animate and inanimate things. To have your ownership, this is my phone, this is my matter particle, and I have the ownership in there. Or this is my kid, this is my grandchild, this is my wife. That kind of a animate and inanimate object to have ownership, that's called sankalp. I'm happy or unhappy type of modification, that is called vikalp. I'm happy or unhappy type of modification, that's vikalp. Then it's due to having mistake in understanding the eternal nature of the self, mean mistake in the faith. Faith attribute, I have messed up faith attribute. And of course, messed up means I have messed up since time infinite, the faith attribute. Shraddha Gunni Viprit Paryay, in a sankalp kayo, means I have a faith attribute which is directed to the alien objects. Faith is directed to the alien. I love my phone. I have ownership on this phone. I love this house, these kind of things. That means I have a understanding I have the mistaken understanding the eternal soul, and instead I'm just thinking about alien objects only. That's a mistaken faith. Over here, to have unity with inclination of attachment, intense toxic emotion. Now, see, these two things are very important, and we have not gone through the karma theory, so it may be a little bit strange right now to understand. But again, so what, we have gone through difficult things before, so we'll go right now also. When a person is getting the right faith, person is getting right faith from wrong faith. We are on the wrong faith state. And let's presume that whatever way we have made our personal effort and now we end up with the right faith, what happens? Two things happens. At the time, the faith means darshan monia and charitra monia. The faith faith deluding karma and conduct deluding karma, they both are operational in a mithyatva state. In a wrong faith state, faith deluding karma and conduct deluding karma both are operational fully. Now, when I get the samyak darshan, then faith deluding karma disappears completely. Faith deluding karma disappears completely. That's what happens here. Faith deluding karma goes away. And the conduct deluding karma, there are 25 subdivisions are there. Not to go too much into detail, there are four things: anger, deceit, ego, and greed. 4 times anantanubandhi, apratyakhani, pratyakhyani, sanjvalan, kashai. So 4 times 4 is 16. So anantanubandhi means infinite bonding karma type of anger, deceit, ego, greed. Those kind of toxic emotions are gone here. And that means when that anantamli kashai is gone, that is called vikalp. And when the faith becomes a right faith, then becomes sankalp. So sankalp is gone with the faith purifying, and vikalp is gone when anantanandi kashai is gone. This is little microscopic thing, and if you don't follow right now, I won't worry about it. When the time comes, we'll go through all those things. I think we may have gone to other class probably, but we will just do it sometimes. But right now, it is related to the faith, means a faith attribute related. This conduct attribute related. So those things are, sankalp is a faith and vikalp is a conduct. It's right faith deluding state, darshan moh, mithyatva. And this is right conduct deluding state, charitra moh, anantambandino lobh. So those are the things that we have to keep that one. Just these two bullets on both the sides. If you don't get it right now, I won't worry too much about it, because somewhere on the line it will come. When we'll go through deluding karma in great detail, then we'll be able to understand what it tries to say, this one over here. Only the thing, most important thing, that my unity with the alien object and my thinking about the different subjects, that's it. To imagine that animate, inanimate, and mixed type of external objects are mine, basically it just is the same thing of what this bullet is saying. And then to believe the external change to him, I'm born, I'm old, I have disease, etc. type of belief, to have thought that external changes are occurring in him. When external changes are occurring in the body, they are occurring within me. That kind of a reflective thought is called vikalp, and this kind of ownership is called sankalp. So pure point of view is without this sankalp and vikalp. That's what the whole thing is over here. So pure point of view is without darshan moh Without charitra moh means purity has started. Experiencing of the soul has occurred. So this is what it tries to say. What is coming next? Okay. So now, material karma, psychic karma, and quasi karma means dravya karma, bhav karma, no karma belongs to me. That is sankalp. That's a sankalp. That means it's a sense of ownership. So that's my sense of ownership. Knowing the different object of knowledge and my knowledge also becomes divisional form is vikalp. Means I am thinking about knowledge, for example, knowledge mode. 5 different types of knowledge modes are there. 4 different types of perception modes are there. 9 different types of perception modes are there, and then 28 different types of subtypes of deluding karma are there. So to think about everything in different reflective thoughts, that is called vikalp. When one gives up his vision of sankalp and vikalp, then the pure point of view is generated in the more. So again, pure point of view is lurking behind us and says, hey, I was hiding there. You took it out, your sankalp and vikalp. Now I'm just generating right now in front of you. This Kalash is prelude to stanza 14. So right now we are at the door, we are standing at the doorstep of stanza 14, and that stanza 14 is going to start right now. And this was the prelude to the whole thing. And I think that's the last slide for this Kalash. Any questions so far on this Kalash? Yes.
No, continue.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then we will just, I think the time is about 5 minutes left only, so we will not start the stanza 14 right now, but we'll start it next week and we'll just go in detail about it. All right, if there is no question, we can do closing, but if you have question, that we can just entertain those things. Nothing. Okay, all right, we can do the closing. अहोपकार जिनवरनो कुंदनो ध्वनि दिव्यनो जीन कुंद ध्वनियाप्या अहो ते गुरु काननो जीन कुंद ध्वनियाप्या अहो भगवती मातनो झावाणी के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालो सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ 9 times Namo ka mantra. Jai Jinendra.
Jai.
Mikshai Dukram. Thank you.